You may know the depths of despair, and it's also possible to know the depths of abundance. The latter will take a while, and it may seem counterintuitive. Be with others. Let yourself be guided. You will be shown the way. Abundance will see you through. This is a little love letter from myself to myself. I'm LLMEUSER, co-creator of Integrative Healing and Matrix Integration, and I'm really excited to tell you about the next Matrix Integration exploration taking place in 2023. Matrix Integration Exploration Year 3, Remembering the Depth of Our Inner Voices, an exploration of building capacity with shadow and trusting abundance. About me. While I have always craved to know the sweet fullness of life, I have spent a lot of my life in the shadows of scarcity, deprivation, and fear. I didn't know how to be real with the depths of these shadows, or worse yet, feel it, so I hid it, even from myself. I was afraid of this darkness, thinking it was me. I did my best to either be numb or be performatively positive as a way to avoid, and as a way to cope, I developed masks. Masks are not impenetrable, though, and I had a hunger inside that would not let me be. And here's something unsuspecting. The richness of abundance also has a hunger. Abundance hungers for us. This hunger took me through horrible times, and with the help of others, it also led me toward the light of love and liberation. As a trauma survivor who historically has not trusted others for very good reason, and was also raised to be a proud, quote, by their bootstraps, quote, fierce individualist type of person, it took courage for me to finally say, my way isn't working. Maybe someone else has some different ideas, and to let others support and guide me. It is courageous to try out something new, to just see what happens when it comes to our lives, our money, our time. And yet, if we want change in our lives, we must do something different and connect with someone or some people who are doing things differently than we are. A few years ago, as the mask I had been wearing continued to fall away, the hunger I had for abundance and the hunger abundance had for me became undeniably ready for a level jump. I moved beyond the transformative small group and one-to-one work I was doing and co-created a community with purpose, Matrix Integration Exploration, MIE. Together we connected with ourselves and each other using practices that we rewired our neural pathways, taught us how to recalibrate our nervous systems, and opened us up to the field of abundance without denying the shadow. Year 1 was a success. We had learned how to be empowered participants in our own lives together. MIE had a dramatic effect on how I viewed therapy, healing, and transformation, and by the time year 2 was over, I could no longer doubt that something profoundly unique was going on with all of us. MIE 1 and MIE 2 taught me that when we slow down and lovingly and compassionately connect with our inner shadows in community, we naturally open ourselves up in such a way that we allow abundance to have us. It is a relief and a gift to tap into this bounty of co-creativity and connection, especially in times as turbulent as these. As we head into year 3, I am so passionate about and committed to the power of community-oriented engagement that I have all but paused accepting new clients who are not ready to move past the individual-oriented therapeutic model and return to our roots of healthy interdependency. Not that I've ever been allied with Western therapeutic models, but my own decolonization process has deepened since MIE began. MI3 will ignite late March of 2023. Together, we will learn about our shadows with conscious embodied attention, simultaneously discovering the realm of co-occurring expansive abundance. In doing so, we will tap into a new way of being. On the journey of living a chosen, empowered life, we are required to be in integrity. While this can often be challenging because we live in a denialist culture that is rooted in blame and avoidance, Integrity is the most sane and expansive way to live. Having community makes integrity easier because we quickly realize that we're not alone in this journey, that others are also on a path of deepening. We are a tribal species designed to learn, grow, and evolve together. Being in community ushers forth new possibility and changes everything in our quest to know liberation. We become well connected together in matrix integration exploration, and that changes everything. What we'll learn. In this exploration, you will learn how to tap into a field of abundance that's always here, that's always sustaining us, and that never runs out. But first, we will learn how to slow down. We cannot truly receive support others, or know and love ourselves until we experientially learn that we are safe to slow down in presence. As we learn this, we will discover that slowing down is necessary in disrupting the violence and oppression within our own psyches, with our clients, as well as in the world. This is transformational work, and you will have a community of practice to support you along the way. We will learn and grow and support each other. Included in our timeline, we will learn about who we are, where we've come from, and how that impacts how we live in the world and how the world lives in us. We will cognitively and consciously somatically explore these territories together. We will learn how to do simple consensual inquiry, which is an inquiry that I developed with oneself and with others. This inquiry will also help you to slow down and connect with curious questions without agenda, even when you or your clients are in crisis. We will use and learn practices that are rooted in vagus nerve and nervous system health, which increases self-awareness and paves the way for having a healthy nervous system and sustained access to our somatic awareness, which allows us to remember another coexisting reality of abundance, compassion, and well-being. We will actively engage in a transformative wisdom-based narrative that centers well-being. We will learn how to be present with oneself and others through a compassionate lens of allowance, without agenda, even while having challenging and uncomfortable sensations and fearful thoughts. We will learn how to engage in the transformative art of changing the orientation of our attention. We will learn that it's safe to connect to other human beings through our community of practice. We will learn how to be empowered, conscious, and active change agents with our families, friends, and in the world. Nuts and bolts. You will be supported through our 8 months together via 16 60 to 90-minute private one-to-one sessions, which will model the transformative power of presence, compassion, and curiosity. There'll be 2 per month, one with me and one with Julia Stoke, my co-collaborator. You will be supported through personal emails and text exchanges, which will provide personal support as needed. You will be supported through 12 or more group live gatherings, all which will be recorded, ranging from 60 to 120 minutes. You will be supported through support staff and guest teachers, some are whom are Remember Institute master teachers, to augment your learning and practicing. You will be supported with book, audio, and video selections which center transformative voices. We will study them together to enhance our deepening. You will be supported through a social media platform off Facebook with which to connect with your peers and engage in your practices. The intimacy in both the one-to-one and group exchanges makes this a comprehensive exploration, utilizing neuropathic and nervous system relearning. We meet frequently and consistently, using a variety of learning approaches and practices to support your evolution. Investment. I utilize a sliding scale option based on what you can afford, from $3,500 to $4,500. Those who pay the full rate will allow me to fund scholarships. I require a $500 deposit. Payment arrangements can be set up. To facilitate exponential growth and learning, this exploration will be limited to 20 participants. Now is the time to bring profound possibility into your life. Please go to see the original blog post for more information, including how to get an application. And also, throughout what I've just read, there's many hyperlinks in many of the words that I've shared through this audio. You will find those hyperlinks in the blog posts. So please scroll through the blog post and check out the hyperlinks so that you can be filled in with information that you are not getting through this recording. Also in the blog post are other links at the end. You can read about the first MIE and the second MIE. There's also some YouTubes where I talk about the content of the explorations. Lastly, I want to share some testimonials with you. Testimonials are really a profound way to get a tiny sense of this exploration. It's an experiential exploration, so it can be really hard to understand this work until you're doing it. So here are a few testimonials. You will also find this in the blog post. Exploring MIE with Lisa, Julia, and fellow explorers caused significant, profound changes. The intimate container Lisa creates and holds a sacred space as we learn to self-regulate the nervous system, change neuroplasticity, become more aware and embodied, explore white-bodied supremacy, bias, and conditioning. It has been amazing. She has a wide open heart, an empathetic and intuitive facilitator. She's guided me into some challenging places, and I trust her when we splunk into the depths of being. In the class, we learn so much from one another and grow as a community in loving support. It is beautiful to experience. In the beginning, my mind resisted the process. No, it is accumulative and seeps in beyond the mind's initial capacity to understand. This is where transformation can happen. It feels like there's more capacity to be present in my moment-to-moment experience and move in the world as a sensing natural being, besides mainly just a thinking one. My nervous system has healed, and there's an ease around allowing and accepting feelings and situations as they are with compassion. I feel such love and gratitude for these essential life lessons, experiences, Lisa, Julia, and the community. Another impact statement from a participant. Something in me cracked open and and more space became available where I could just notice something about me without making it wrong. It was a space of trusting life more, a space that had been very unfamiliar to me, yet I somehow knew this space was inside me. I had been noticing that there's something inside me that wants to come out, like I'm fighting for this thing to be heard. I didn't know what it was, but I felt something wanted to come forth, and one day I realized it was my sovereignty. It wanted to be seen, recognized. At some point, I realized love is moving me forward, and that I am holding myself, that the space that's inside me is love, and that space is growing. I am meeting myself more, and I realize that I need to be in community in order to meet myself, to hold myself. It's the holding and meeting that occurs in a community like this that enabled me to hold and meet myself. Another testimonial. I have a courage now due to the different and new understanding and experience of love that I received from the Matrix integration. It has enlivened me with a wonderful feeling of deep, simple love and self-love. The community has placed a central role in this. I felt hesitant about the community at first, being raised in an individual way, where I learned to hide my weaknesses. But opening up, sharing and hearing about others' experiences in a way without expectation, but with simplicity, acceptance, integrity, and love is so healing. This has been a unique and special experience for me. This experience has changed me profoundly, and I feel this is for life. Another impact statement. I notice the running inner dialogue more, and I can recognize the negative patterns of thinking without being pulled into their narratives as much, if at all. There's a quiet and potent sense of strength, of sovereignty. There is also a greater felt sense of what it means to be alive. And perhaps the most rewarding is taking this course is that there's no forcing of change. It happens organically as you show up for a class and do the practices, and there's no end date on my change. I can keep changing as long as I'm alive, just like the trees outside my window. Another impact statement. One profound way in which impact has manifested is my new ability to slow down, to take a deep breath, be conscious in my body, my surroundings, and my intentions. Taking a moment to feel that I am here, to feel that I am alive. All this in a loving, slow, and profound way. This has been an unexpected result for me. I come from a very results-driven background in which much, even eating, is done fast. Through slowing down, I experienced that the result-driven, fast living had disconnected me and prevented me from deeper experience and intentionality. Slowing down helps me see that I have felt and often feel like a victim, albeit in a subtle way. I am much more aware of this feeling now and can slow down with it and can discern what I am and am not in charge of. I am shifting from a feeling of being lived to a feeling that I am living and creating in connection with others. Lastly, I didn't know that I had set my life up in such a way that my neural pathways were determining my life for me in ways that made me feel that I was without choice, in ways that made me suffer. I learned new ways to engage with myself and my life, and as those neural pathways started to shift, my life shifted as well. Thanks so much for listening to me read about the upcoming exploration. If you have any questions, please email me at LLMEUS as in Sam, ER @me.com.